Everyone, this is Josh with BACA Systems. Today I'll be showing you how to do the weekly maintenance of the spindle collet on the EdgeXL and the Sync Pro. And yes, this is a weekly maintenance. It needs to be done every single week. If you do not, the collet cannot actuate and open and close properly, therefore causing tools to get stuck up in the spindle and for you to have bent tool forks. So please do this every week. Whether you've used a machine or not the week before, do it every week. That way you know that week it's good to go. Okay, we'll need two tools for this. One is a short 6mm Allen socket 3/8 drive with a long extension. The other is a long 6mm Allen socket with a short extension. Now both these tools need to have the square end, okay, no ball end. We need to have as much contact surface area when we're trying to loosen this thing. This thing's already going to be difficult enough the way it is. If you are using a ball end or a tool that is rounded severely and you try to remove this, you round those female side of the keyway, it's going to become impossible to get out at that point. So be sure that your tools are in proper maintenance, proper working conditions. And like these, this one had a ball end. I just cut it off to make it square. Works just fine. So we need to start with the machine in park position. That way there's no tool in the spindle. Then once it's there, then we come to the maintenance position. Activate it. Press start. Machine comes forward. The machine is forward, then we're going to want to press this button here, the tool release button on the screen. When you press this one, it will stay open. That button activates the tool release and extends the drawbar, and now the spindle itself is locked in position. We're going to start with the short one. Okay. We only use this to break it loose and to do the final tightening of the collet. Okay. I'm going to put it in here. This is conventional threads, so I always get it in there. Get started. Actually, don't even know if this one's ever been removed. There it goes. Must have been some debris or something. Okay, so I always have the handle. You can see the handle's on my left hand side. I'm going to hold it with my right. I'm going to hold this stationary. I'm going to push with this, okay? Apply constant pressure. Don't bounce it. Just constant pressure. And there, it breaks loose. Once it's loose, take and wiggle it. Comes out. Switch to the long one to finish removing it. If you do this and you keep everything properly greased, you actually shouldn't need the ratchet for this part of it. I keep it in just to get, just in case. Find the hole. Now, do not try to break this loose with this long one. If you do, what you're going to end up doing is just breaking the Allen wrench itself, or you're going to round out those threads. You don't have enough torque and rigidity in this long one to get that broke free. You'll end up breaking something other than what you want broke free. Okay, there we go. I got it up in there. And then just twist it around, twist it, twist it, twist it. This one's still a little stiff. I don't think this one's ever been removed. Get it out. And there's quite a lot of threads, about an inch and a half or so of threads. Once it comes out, here it is. Now here's the difference between the EdgeXL and the Sync Pros, is this washer here. This is about a 1/4 inch thick washer. These are on the EdgeXLs only. On the Sync Pros, you could actually have 1, 2, or 3 small, thin, ridged washers. And depending on your setup, some machines will have 1, 2, or 3 on the Sync Pros. If you're having issues with tool release or anything like that, you can change the number of those washers to help change the height of the extension. Now see how this is all rusted up and everything? So this one definitely has never been maintained, and which is not good. So this one actually probably needs to be replaced. And the next video will show you how to properly disassemble, grease, inspect, and to reassemble this. Right now this was just to show you how to get it in and out. So we have to finish with this long one, because as we're loosening this thing, it's coming down and these are starting to close in as it's coming out of the body. So that's why we can't finish. We can't use this the whole time, because as you can see, it can't close in because it hits the socket. But we can't break this loose, the long one, because we'll end up just either twisting this shaft, or we're gonna round out these female threads inside there, which is no good. So use both tools, use them in the proper order, and you should be able to get this out. Okay, now I'm going to put it back together. Obviously you'd want to clean this and grease it and inspect it first, but I'm just going to put it back in there just to show you how it's done. So usually I'll do it without the ratchet, especially once it's greased. Stick it back up in there. Thread started. Again, the threads are fairly long, so you're going to be spinning for a while. Keep going until it gets right there. You see how it just got snug? I'm not putting any force into it. I'm only using like a couple of fingers. I can't turn it anymore. So stop at that point and switch sockets. Okay. Take that one out, put this one in. And now I'm not putting a lot of force. I'm just a little bit till it stops turning. Okay. Not putting any body weight into it, nothing like that. Just making it so it's kind of tight. And get the socket back out. Maybe. Okay, there it goes. So, and that's how you remove and replace the spindle collet in the EdgeXL and Sync Pro. Thank you.